Hey, good morning. Doing a short Bible study for you this morning. This one comes out of Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, and John 14:6. And let me put this kind of paint a picture for you at first. So, my family and I went to Mount Rainier a few months back. And as you get into the park, there's one road that leads you up to paradise. That's what it's called, paradise. And so it's fitting for this analogy. If you were driving along that road and you saw somebody pull off and try to turn and try to go up the mountain on some trail in a car, you're most likely going to be like, hey, that's not the way. There's this one road that leads up to paradise. And if you see somebody, that they're like, hey, we want to go to Mount Rainier and we want to go to paradise, you're going to tell them, hey, once you get up off the road that leads to Mount Rainier, you're going to take a right, which is going right, and then you're going to take this one road and it'll lead you all the way up. But we have a tendency to in life to fight it. We don't want to take the simple road. We don't want to stay on the road that leads us to paradise. We want to deviate. We want to go our own way. We want to make it hard for ourselves. We want to pull our car off the side of the road and try to hike a trail that we don't even know where it leads sometimes. And maybe we're trying to get to that same spot, but we just try the wrong things and we try the wrong way. We do it our way instead of that one road, that simple road that leads us up to paradise. And here's the Bible verse. This is Matthew chapter 7. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it, but small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few will find it. But I just want to point out that this is the Word of God. This is our map. So if we're driving to Mount Rainier and we want to go to paradise, we pull out a map or we pull out our GPS and we follow the directions. We go the way that we're supposed to go. This teaches us the way that we're supposed to go. And in John 14:6, this is again Jesus talking, and he says, Jesus answered, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And this is verse 7. If you really knew me, you would know my Father as well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him through him, Jesus. Jesus is telling us he's the way, he's the truth, he's the life. All these other paths that we try to take are the wrong path. He is the way. We can't get to heaven any other way. We can't get to paradise on Mount Rainier any other way than taking that road that leads us up there. Unless you're like an expert hiker and you know the back trails or something. But we don't want to go the back way to heaven. We don't want to just barely make it by the skin of our teeth, sliding in as the gate closes. That's not what God intended for us. Sometimes people wait till the last minute and they're able to see the Lord's grace at the end of their life. I'd imagine that's kind of rare. But the Lord gave us the map, the Word of God, and he gave us the Word as in Jesus, the Word of God. And he gave us salvation through Jesus. And there is only one way to paradise. There's only one way to heaven and salvation. And the one thing that I kind of try to drive home in some of my videos, what is Jesus and God saving us from? He's saving us from hell. He's saving us from ourselves, the sin that leads us down these roads that lead us to our condemnation. But also in John 3:16, he tells us, for God so loved the world. But in chapter 17, he said, I didn't come into the world, the Son didn't come into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world. Our God, our Father, loves us enough to tell us this is the way. This is the way to paradise. This is the way to heaven. Seek me, seek my word, and you'll find it. So I hope this blesses you. Take care. God bless. Love you guys. Bye.